The Viewloader Revolution. One of the most iconic images in paintball right here, ladies and gentlemen. This loader by itself pretty much made guns like the Smart Parts Impulse, like this one, able to cross the 10 balls per second threshold in the early 2000s. And maybe even reach 11 or 12 balls per second, depending on the way you held it and how many balls were inside it. But sometimes I find myself asking, man, this Revy's great, but I wish it held just a little bit more or a little bit less paint. But now, we don't have to worry about that, because we have, or had 8 years ago, the Viewloader Revolution Tripod and its accessories. Yeah, it's the Revolution Tripod with X-board. It was probably one of the more interesting items to come out of the post-Brass Eagle era of Viewloader, and this is actually just a standard Revy with interchangeable top halves, which is pretty cool. The stock one that comes with it is 200, just like the standard Revy, and we also have the 140 round and the gigantic 300 rounder. Let's open it up! Alright, lovely clamshell packaging. Let's dig in. Oh god, it's so difficult. Got it. Well, that was easy. Now, as you can see, we have the 200 round shell that came with it installed right here. And also, some eagle-eyed viewers might tell, although if you've owned one you'd know this already, that the bottom halves of these tripods are actually made of the soft, pliable plastic that the old Viewloader Revolution shells and VL2000 shells were also made out of. See, a lot of people think that after Viewloader was bought by Brass Eagle that they never used the good plastic again, but they actually did. And even on standard Revy models you could find it in the old plastic, but not many people know that, so that's another good point for the tripod. The shells themselves are actually pretty easy to install. You got these two screws that thread on either side, and they're smartly not threaded into plastic, but instead threaded into an opposite housing on the other side of the shell. Goes in through there. There's the housing. Shell comes off. The impeller stays inside the shell. Each top half has its own, and then you can put whatever you feel like having on there, like this. The 140 shell is actually really small compared to the 200 shell. There's just side-by-side comparison. It's really no contest at all that the 140 is much lighter, much lower profile. Great for pump players, I'd assume. By comparison, the 300 shell is just massive. Yeah, obviously that can hold a ton of paintballs. I guess it'd be good for scenario games, but I don't know. Let's see how much they weigh. Alright, let's see what the 140 shell looks like when the loader is fully loaded and it has batteries in it. Okay, looks like 1 pound, 15.4 ounces for the 140 shell. Not bad. Okay, here's the 200 count shell, fully loaded with paint and a battery, of course. And oops, one ball is just gonna sit on the side there because the hopper doesn't stand up by itself. And it looks like it weighs 2 pounds, 5.4 ounces. And here is the big boy. Completely filled to the brim. And of course that's not going to stand up by itself, but let's see what it weighs. 3 pounds, 3.6 ounces for the 300 count shell, full to the brim. And of course with batteries in it. But since I haven't proven that so far, let me just open up the battery compartment here and let the battery shoot out. With one hand, which is proving difficult. Well, there they go. It's a drop test. Can you see it? Close enough. shooting! Let's see if we can hit the English Muffin with the DM4. With the tripod, of course. I'm a pro at this. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, DM4's got it. DM4's got it. Oh yeah! Go 2 for 2. 2 for 2, I think we do 2 times in a row? Let's see. Nicked it. Falling into the tomatoes. But I'll retrieve it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to shoot the rest of the paint out of the 140 shell through the DM4 at nothing. I'm going to shoot at nothing. Okay. You ready? Well, as you can probably see, we had a couple breaks in there, but I don't blame the gun or the hopper really, because it is Condensation City out here. Oh well.